Your Excellency, let's start from the basics. Exactly how many girls were abducted from Chibok? Because we keep hearing different figures. The most convenient number that people have settled for is over 200. How many girls were taken from that hostel that night?
The number of abducted girls, over 200, but precisely we are thinking of a figure of 219 currently that have been abducted and are yet to be retrieved.
Why was it so difficult to ascertain the number of students in that school?
It is not that difficult in the real sense of the word, except that the school, after abduction of the girls, was burnt, and some of the records maybe might have been tampered. But this figure we gave is certainly the figure that both the principal and other officials of the school have agreed upon to be abducted, and they are with the insurgents. And there is little dispute about that.
Governor Shettima recently said that he has information that the girls are still in Nigeria. The Chief of Defense Staff also said that the army knows where the girls are. Is this credible information? Is this credible intelligence?
Governor Shettima uses local intelligence. He gets information from local informants and readily handed over the information he obtained to the security agencies. Now that the Chief of Defense Staff has spoken, he is the person in good position, security-wise, to know what he is relaying to Nigerians. So if the Chief of Defense Staff now says that he knows where the girls are, we have no reason not to believe what he said. It has reached a point where the information from Governor Shettima has become secondary. It is the Chief of Defense now to whom he has been passing information through other security agents have said that they know where the girls are. It is our hope and prayer that the girls would be brought back home alive.
Should government agree to the trade-off that the insurgents are asking, the trade-off the girls for Boko Haram prisoners?
My governor has this to say, that the federal government could negotiate with the devil if that will bring back the girls. So anything, any decision that would bring the girls back will be most welcome, because nobody, especially from Borno State, would object to a decision by the federal government that will facilitate the return of the abducted schoolgirls in Chibok.
But people say that this is probably one of the reasons why we were never able to be sure of the number of girls that were abducted in the first place, that some people stood to benefit from all of these crises.
The issue is not even ascertaining the exact number or not. The issue is that girls have been abducted, and effort should be made to get back the girls. Don't let us dance around the central issue. We have got girls abducted from Chibok, confirmed by the Chief of Defense Staff, confirmed also by the leader of the insurgents, that's Abubakar Shakau. Their pictures have been shown. Let us concentrate on how to get back the girls and leave the nitty-gritty of who benefits from what. I think that is really a side issue.
Is it true that the Borno State Government was warned by WAEC or by the Ministry of Education that Chibok is not safe and that students should be moved to other areas to sit for their exam?
It was never specifically mentioned to the governor that he should not conduct election, or WAEC should not conduct election in Chibok. It is not there. Neither did he ever speak about the abducted children. He just spoke about officials of WAEC, and they wanted support, security support from the state government, and of course the state government referred the matter to the Commissioner of Police.
There seems to be this mutual distrust between the Borno State Government and the federal government. Why is it so difficult to work together to end this insurgency?
It is not a question of mutual distrust the way you are putting it. The state government is to complement the effort of the federal government. The state government, constitutionally speaking, does not have control over security. As of today, Borno State Government is under state of emergency. So the rudimentary powers of the governor as the chief security officer of his state has even been taken away by way of this state of emergency. So really, the federal government should be up and doing and carrying out its responsibilities through its representatives, either the Commissioner of Police or Director of State Security or Brigade Commander or GOC. They have to wake up and take their responsibilities seriously. After all, the governor only would request the Brigade Commander or the Commissioner of Police to do something for him when it comes to security. He would only support the Commissioner of Police or the Brigade Commander whenever they request assistance. So there is no direct confrontation the way it is being insinuated. We are doing our best as a state government to support the federal government for the overall good of the people of our state.
So why exactly did the Borno State Government oppose the continued imposition of the state of emergency when the security situation is apparently still precarious?
Going by history, at the initial stage, Borno State Government supported declaration of state of emergency, in spite of the serious opposition from Borno elders and some other eminent personalities, because we thought that declaring a state of emergency for 6 months will end the crisis. It will end the insurgency. It will bring an end to this unnecessariness. That's why the government, in several media and in written form, supported the federal government in the declaration of state of emergency on Borno State. After 6 months, the situation did not improve. Another state of emergency extended for 6 months, 1 year. And the situation, as you know, has not improved. So we're wondering, could there be other reasons why the federal government would not commit itself to finishing this matter once and for all? Because initially, it was not beyond the power, the military power of the federal government to end this matter. My governor has been saying it repeatedly, that let the federal government do something about this insurgency, otherwise it will turn into a conflagration which may consume everybody. And predictably, the situation has now almost gotten out of hand. You see bomb blasts in Nyanya, in Abuja. You see insurgency, blasts in Plateau, in Kaduna, in Makati, everywhere. So now the federal government has woken up from its slumber, and it is taking this matter headlong. It has now requested for support from international organizations, the United Nations, and then, of course, the United States, Britain, China, and so on and so forth. So if this matter has been taken with the seriousness it's given now, we believe strongly that this insurgency issue would have ended a long time. Now we are faced with a monster, and we are all praying and ready to support the federal government to bring this matter to an end. So the state of emergency is a situation where we initially supported. And up to now, if it will bring the insurgency to an end, we have no objection. They have declared it, they have extended it the third time. We didn't say anything. We didn't complain. We are not saying anything because we have no option. Without the state of emergency, the president is threatening to withdraw the army, as if the army are there to protect the governor of Borno State. They are there to serve a national cause. The army's constitutional role is to protect the territorial integrity of Nigeria. The police responsibility is to maintain law and order internally. It's a constitutional provision. So nobody will oppose the president for extending the state of emergency, especially we in Borno. We are desperate. We cannot say no to state of emergency. And for as long as the federal government is genuinely committed to ending the insurgency, not only in Borno, but also in Yobe, Adama, and other parts of the country, so long shall every reasonable person support the federal government.
Do you have fears that the federal government is not genuinely committed to ending this insurgency?
Because we believe that the federal government does not seem to show conspicuous political will in ending this problem, because we strongly believe that the Nigerian military are strong enough to crush an irritant group, insurgents that had an impression of ragtag. You know, people are just, you know, like gorilla, they hit and run. So if the federal government would bring back all the soldiers and so on that we have sent to other countries to maintain peace, bring them back home and go. If the president, for instance, relocates to Maiduguri for 1 month and all the military and all the intelligence service, all the police are there, why wouldn't it end? So we believe that the federal government should show serious political commitment from the leadership to ending this insurgency once and for all. And now there are indicators that this seriousness is being shown, especially since Mr. President has agreed to seek support of countries outside Nigeria.